on the phone. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. What's up?
Well, you and I both know what's coming just next week. Next weekend, I'll be in Saskatoon, actually to host, since you've invited me, the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup, the 3rd annual, and it's going to be off the hook. Jeff, this is Saskatoon's big pot event. Can you tell us about what you have planned there?
Yeah, definitely. Saskatchewan's premier cannabis event. I'm super excited for this year. We got a whole bunch of stuff. We didn't have glass blowing last year just because we didn't get a chance to set it up with the 2-day event. We only had it the first year, so we're bringing back glass blowing this year. We're bringing, we got hash and sifting demos happening again this year. And we also have 2 nights of live entertainment, as always. We have, last year we only had 6 trade show booths. We have 12 booths coming this year, so there's a lot more option for trade show type stuff. And, just all around good time and lots of smoking, lots of vaping, lots of the dab bar. That's another new thing this year. So for concentrates, we got Red Beer Glass doing all the glass rigs for the dab bar, so that's pretty exciting. We're just trying to bring a couple elements. One of our main focuses is the changes to the program. We're trying to just give people information about what's happening to the program, where they're going to be able to obtain their medical cannabis after next year. Some of the doctors and the people involved in the operations going to be guest speaking, tell people what's going on and what to expect. So.
Very cool, man. So let's just go down the basics first off here. So this is the 3rd annual Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup. Now, where exactly is this happening in Saskatoon?
Okay, so it's at the Odeon Event Center. I don't have the address handy with me, but it's downtown in the downtown core of Saskatoon. And this is the 3rd year we've had it in the same spot every year. The Odeon's gracious enough to let us host this event there. And we're super excited that they let us come back again this year. We already have confirmed dates for next year, so we're definitely going to keep things rolling. We're super excited about it. All
right, and it's a 2-day event, right? Or is it a 3-day event? How many days?
No, three days. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It runs from the first 2 days are 3:30 till midnight with invite after party at Skunk Funk. And then on Sunday is 12:30 till 6:30, and we have the award ceremony wrap up at 4:20 on Sunday, which is the presentations of the cups and the award ceremonies and some of the prize draws for the free giveaways. So.
And now, how many strains are we talking about here? This is a cup, a cannabis cup, so this is a strain judging competition. And
it is.
How many strains and where are they coming from?
Well, we have a lot of Saskatchewan entries this year. Thankfully, I think I'm going to have like 10 or maybe even 12 from Saskatchewan this year. Hosting and showing, Saskatchewan growing pride, like some of the greatest cannabis producers are prairie farmers. So I'm super proud to be showing off their talents. As of right now, I have confirmed, I just got in 3 samples this morning from a new company, and then I have another 3 confirmed. So that's 6 in total that I actually have my hands on, and I have more coming. I have another at least 8 coming for sure. So.
Excellent. So this is going to be fun.
Yeah, this year is going to be crazy, brother.
Smoked out. Now, let's see here. Vendor booths and other activities. You guys must have some other stuff going on. You guys have the speakers and everything coming, but you also have like people from some of the pot-related companies showing up, right?
Yeah, you betcha. There's MedTainer Canada. There's Cones has been a big sponsor. There's B&B Hydroponics. They're going to see Help Sask Grow and Tim and those guys. Skunk Funk has a booth. The Normal Women's Alliance, the Coalition Against Repeal for the MMAR program. Like, there's just everybody's kind of coming together this year and making this happen. It's going to be a wonderful event. I'm super stoked, brother. I'm glad you guys are coming down. Jeremiah Opus going to be hosted from Pot TV. Finally, Matt Murda is in the house. He's been saying he's going to come for 3 years, so I'm super stoked that he's actually going to be here this year, signing his book and guest speaking. Like, just so exciting to get everybody together in the Prairies.
Well, yeah, man, we are super stoked. Now, you asked me to be the host, and I decided to bring Pot TV, the whole team, out there. So, yeah, it's going to be me, Mick, and Matt Murnaugh busting through a little Pot TV takeover of the Cup. It should be fun.
If you guys get a chance to link to the website, saskprairiecup.ca, I actually have it flashing as advertising, hosted by Pot TV, offsets the Skunk Funk logo on each page, so it's the flag's flying pretty loud and proud on my website that you guys are coming to host it out.
Excellent, man. And we'll get you to drop that website address. We'll say it one more time, and then we'll get it at the end again, too.
So it's saskprairiecup.ca.
saskprairiecup.ca. Excellent.
You betcha.
Now, Jeff, you talked about this year you want to focus a little bit on what's happening with the new MMPR system that's coming in, which will effectively remove it puts things like the Cup in danger in a way. It basically takes away, as of April 1st, any home growing by any medical marijuana patient in Canada. The government has decided to take everybody's licenses away. Now, how will this affect next year's Cup? I mean, does this put the kibosh on things? How's this going to work?
It's kind of funny that you're asking me about that, because my good friend from CBC, Dan Sakrinsky, asked me the same question that is actually going live on CBC Radio on Monday. Basically, we have dates for next year's Cup. I don't know what that means. I mean, I've been involved long enough that I know people that are not going to quit growing weed, so I certainly hope that I can still obtain, maybe some of my friends will obtain commercial licenses, and they'll still be able to come forward with their gifts for next year to be able to help us host this. Like, without the entries being given, we can't make this happen. So, I'm a little worried about next year, I ain't going to lie, but we'll find the cannabis, and the people certainly aren't going to be in shortage, because there's going to be even more people on the program that have the license to possess. So as long as we got the house packed with everybody with a license to possess, I'm pretty sure the cannabis is going to find its way there regardless.
Excellent. And now this year you did mention having speakers there talking about what's happening. Do you have any of the names of who might be showing up there to speak?
I don't really have confirmed exactly who's all guest speaking. There to be announced closer to the dates next week, but we have tons of people within the community that'll be getting up guest speaking. We have a doctor from Manitoba that's coming in, Jan, to speak about a doctor's perspective on things and how the program changes are going to and how it's going to affect him and how he's going to be able to help patients in the future. So he'll actually be in house all weekend to talk to about getting signed up and learning about the program and how it comes from a doctor's end. We have people who are already growers that'll be speaking about applying for the new commercial licenses and kind of the hoops they've had to jump through. I'll be talking about my own experiences, about losing my license and what that means for me and my patients. So I think, Tim and those guys in Regina probably have some stuff to talk about the changes of the program. They've been working real hard with Help SAS Grow for years. They've been at it for 10 or 12 years, and they have greenhouse facilities that they run full time. I mean, they're pumping out tons and tons of quality medical cannabis at an extremely cheap cost for patients. So it'd be sad to see places like that shut down, guys that have been working for 10 or 12 years with the existing program, to see all that hard work go shut down just because of Harper's regime of lock people up and tough on crime, and we got to change everything while we're the government in charge. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, these guys are the most brutal we've had, I think. Now, Jeff, you did also mention that Redbeard, one of my favorite glass blowers on the planet, will be hooking you up with the rigs for the dab bar. Can you tell us about what he's doing?
He blew custom rigs for us. It's unbelievable. I think there's 6 or 8 in total, and those will be displayed at the dab station, at the dab bar, and you'll be able to come up and use each rig. And I think we're going to raffle them off, for super cheap afterwards, and give the donation money to one of the programs that really needs it. We're doing a bunch of fundraising to help this year. We have donations coming in from like the Calgary 420 group. Keith and Debbie Fagan are donating $500 to the Prairie Cup, so we're just going to turn around and donate that back to another cause that needs it to help the fight continue. So everybody, like I said, coming together, and Redbeard's a big part of that. I'm excited. I haven't even seen the pieces yet. They're on shipment, so I'll see them at the beginning of this week here.
Wow, man, I'm excited. In the past, there's been a few little bumps along the way. This is your third annual Prairie Harvest Medicinal Cup, so you've done a couple of them already. What were some of the challenges, Jeff, in the past of organizing this thing? I mean, there's probably some unique challenges to the Prairies, as of some of the, different from some of the major spots that High Times and others like the Cush Cup and the Toker's Bowl have done before. What are some of the challenges you've run into in the past?
It's kind of funny. Our first year, the police seized 2 samples, so that was interesting. Kind of left us scrambling to try and get an extra couple for the cup. I only actually ended up getting 1, and so there was that hiccup. The first year promoting it, we kept the event location private because I wanted to see how the first year would turn out. I didn't want people in the Prairies to be at risk and potentially end up in some sort of harm's way because of an event I wanted to host to have a good time. So yeah, the first year, that was a big hiccup there. Just the attendance was a little bit low, but that's always the first year, and we lost samples because of police intervention. The second year, not so much. I think last year went off kind of without any sort of hiccups. My organizational team, the Sarahs and myself, really had things together, and it all just went off really well. And I think this year will reflect the success of last year. So we're just going to keep rocking it out, and I have no doubt this year's going to be even bigger and better, especially with all the big names that are coming down from East Coast, West Coast.
Excellent, man. Now, Jeff, let's talk about Skunk Funk. This is a store that you have there in Saskatoon. How long have you been running Skunk Funk, and what does it do there? Tell us about what you do in Saskatoon.
Skunk Funk Smokers Emporium opened in February of 2008. We're a cannabis culture headquarters, so we pretty much offer everything you need for the cannabis-related community, anything that has to do with the industry, pipes, bongs, vaporizers, education, vapor lounge. We're opening our vapor lounge this fall, so I'm super excited about that. Just basically everything that has to do with the cannabis industry, and that's a place where you can walk through the door and get educated and buy quality glass, quality Canadian-made glass, and that's basically what we do. Skunk Funk's the hub for it all. It's the center of what made all this happen, brother. So without my store, none of this would have been happening. The Prairie Cup would have never been born. I would have never met all you crazy bastards. And I wouldn't have had so much fun doing what I do and love.
Excellent, man. Well, you do a great job of it out there on the prairies. Unlike anybody, man, you are totally the pinnacle of the pot movement out there. It's pretty amazing, I think, what you've been able to accomplish. And now, Jeff, how are things different on the prairies than, say, Vancouver and Toronto when it comes to the pot movement? I mean, here in Vancouver, we have the VPD who really doesn't go after anybody for pot. I mean, we had something like 6 charges laid down for pot possession last year. Is it a little bit harder to be a pothead on the prairies?
It used to be before the medicinal program came along. I mean, I've been graced enough to have my license now for a few years, so I'm under less scrutiny. But I do have friends and I do have people that come through the door that tell me horror stories. I mean, I know 2 guys that were both arrested, segregated in their own apartment in different rooms. The police tried to get them to rat on each other for 1 gram of hashish, and they were both charged in the end when they wouldn't admit or they wouldn't turn on each other. So, I hear of situations like that happening, which means that prohibition is still very alive and strong. The police will execute their strategy if they feel it benefits them. So I think that comes down to a lot of who you deal with. If you end up with the right officer with the right frame of mind who knows what they've been doing with the drug war is completely wrong and uncalled for, then I think you'll have an easier day. If you run into that roll crazy cop who thinks that arresting you is going to make his career look better, then my buddy always says you might be able to beat the rap, but you can't beat the ride. So That's the way it goes sometimes.
No kidding. And unfortunately, in this country, we seem to be regressing. Our laws are moving into the more draconian side of things with Stephen Harper and these mandatory minimums. But of course, down south in the U.S., we have both Washington and Colorado legalizing outright marijuana. Now, we've seen a big effect on the mentalities all over the place here in Vancouver because of that. You know, people are just talking about it more. Are you feeling that on the prairies as well? Is this a bigger issue these days because of what's happening down in the States?
I think that it's becoming less common that police are, trying to force what they consider a law that's unjust, like we all do. So I guess, like I said, the movement is making changes. I begin to always stay, or I will remain to stay optimistic the whole time. Like, it's hard because, like, when I first started smoking cannabis like 20 years ago, I thought it'd be legal in like 5 years, and here it is 20 years later, and it's not even legalized and regulated yet. So, I mean, I just want to continue to be optimistic. We're not going to stop doing what we're doing no matter what. I always say somebody who feels like they're doing something wrong are the people who are going to feel like they're guilty of something. I stopped feeling that way when I knew that there was no victim to the so-called crime that they claim I'm committing. So if there's no harm, there's no public complaint, there's no reason for prosecution. So, like I said, as long as you feel in your heart what you do is good, then there's no reason, and you project that, there's no reason that we can't make these changes. People will accept it if you make them accept it. Look at what you guys done in Vancouver with 420 and Cannabis Day. That's unbelievable. So if you could pull that off down there, we can pull this off over here, and we're just going to keep fighting, brother.
Excellent. Glad to hear it, Jeff. So the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup, that's coming up on October, what is the actual date? The
4th, 5th, and 6th.
4th, 5th, 6th. Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup. Give us that website again one more time, Jeff.
It's saskprairiecup.ca, or you can email us at saskprairiecup@gmail.com. But all the ticket information, event information, pictures, and all kinds of stuff's on the website. So that's the best place to hit for all the information you need.
Excellent. Jeff Lundstrom, excellent to talk to you, man. Always great having you on the show. Man, it'll be great. We're going to see you so soon. I guess you're coming into town first here to Vancouver, but one way or another, we'll be seeing you in the next couple of days here.
Yeah, 1 week, brother, and we're going to party it up in Saskatchewan. And for everybody who can't make it out, live on Pot TV for 3 days. Watch it.
That's
right.
Part
of it anyways.
Yeah, that's the other thing is we will be broadcasting live from the Cup. Get your tickets. It'd be better to be there in person, but if you can't make it all the way to the Prairies, then we will be broadcasting it for you right to your homes. So definitely check out pot.tv all weekend for coverage coming from us. We always we tend to cover the shit out of these things. We like to, even if we're not necessarily hanging with the cam, often we'll just leave the cam on and let it roll and let people have it the raw, organic way as well. So definitely tune in to see what's going on there on the prairies. Jeff,
looking forward to it, brother.
Yeah, it's going to be huge, man. We'll see you soon. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jeremiah. Take care, brother.
Yeah, peace.